Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's Matt, aka Thanatos, and I'm going to be doing something a little different on my channel today. I'm actually going to be talking about a pair of boots. Other than comics and such and books, I do have quite the collection of boots, and this is my second pair from Thursday Boots. Um, their new Captain in tobacco, the tobacco color, with their new StormKing Outsole. So their tobacco is the rugged and resilient leather that they've been advertising in this tobacco color. This is the first time that they've had them in the Captains, which Captains just means that they have the cap toe. Absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous boot. I had the opportunity to wear them yesterday when it snowed. It was kind of perfect timing. They came in the mail. I filmed a quick unboxing and I wore them to work. So before I give my first impressions on this boot by Thursday, let's get into the unboxing. So one of the first things I look for when I get a new pair of boots, with a cap toe specifically, is to make sure the cap toes are aligned. So you can see here, they are pretty good across, so that's always nice. Sometimes, very rarely, I feel like, you'll see some cap toe boots where one is just completely off, and that can really be off-putting. I'm not seeing any loose stitching, frayed stitching, some small stuff. These StormKing soles look amazing. I think these would be perfect for the Colorado winter. That 360-degree Goodyear welt looks very nice. I imagine that Thursday is going to provide resoling for these with their StormKing. Again, I don't see any, oh, there's a little string, but it came right out. Overall, the quality control on these looks pretty amazing. I'm really excited to wear these. These will be perfect, especially considering right now it is snowing heavy. So this will be a good test literally tonight on how these perform in the snow with the StormKing soles. for comparison's sake, I have 3 other pairs of boots. I just got back from a walk. Obviously, you can still see some of the snow remnants. And these StormKing soles are super grippy. I was actually really impressed. I mean, the snow's not sticking, but it's wet and kind of mushy. I'll definitely be able to say more about it tomorrow after I go to work tonight. But I'm going to compare it to some of the other soles I have on some other boots to give you an idea of what you can kind of expect. Would I wear this as a snow boot? Absolutely not. Yes, it will function perfectly adequately in snow. However, this is still like a casual boot. You're going to wear this on a date night when, you know, you're going to go look at ice castles or walking downtown at Breckenridge. You know, something casual. If you're working in the snow, you should probably get some actual snow boots. If you're going to be outside in the snow for an extended period of time, snow boots. Yes, these are going to work fine, but again, leather in cold weather, honestly, is just not appealing to me. They don't they're not, I mean, it's 2 layers of leather. It's not going to keep you warm. It's going to really depend on what socks you're wearing. There's no true insulation in any of these. So yes, I would wear these going out or downtown during the winter time because they look amazing. But no, I would not shovel my driveway in them. So that's the StormKing. And in comparison to some of the other boots I have, you have a pair of Allen Edmonds Higgins Mills, which are truly quite beat. Those were my first ever pair of boots, so that's kind of my standard, what I compare everything to. I have a pair of Viberg with the cap toe, and then over here the Thorogood 1892 Dodgeville, which honestly are only here because they're the closest comparison I have to someone who would have like Iron Rangers. And in regards to the soles, I'm not talking about anything else. Each of these, so your Allen Edmonds are going to have the day-night sole, which are great. These are kind of the standard right now, I believe, for most people's boots. They work well in slushy weather. They work well in light snow, rain, stuff like that. However, they are still not nearly as grippy. I should just turn this as this like beefy StormKing. But overall, if I resole most of my boots, this is probably gonna be the sole I go with, is this day-night sole. The Viberg has a leather sole with this little itty bit of like that Vibram piece. This is the absolute worst for wintertime. I have accidentally caught myself in a rainstorm wearing these, and it's a nightmare. I know, like, if you walk around in gravel and it kind of gives you all these like divots and ridges and supposed to help with your grip, no way. This is probably my favorite pair of boots, but I will never wear these if I think that there's going to be any kind of weather. And then the Thorogood Dodgeville has a Vibram sole. I guess this is kind of as close to as you're going to get. It's I've worn Iron Rangers before, and I hated the way the soles felt. I haven't, obviously, like, this is a brand new pair of boots, and I've never worn them. But, I mean, these are considered the more, like, chunky, all-around, all-season weather boots, far more grippy. I would imagine these would still do really well in the snow or in rain. But even this is going to be the closest comparison. And it's not even close. The StormKing looks like it's going to really do well in crappy weather. And honestly, like, if I had to choose now between the two during a snowstorm or rain, I'm going to pick the Thursday, because, man, that leather plus the StormKing sole, they just look amazing. But those are just comparing some similar soles, or not similar, but like different sole options that you typically see on leather boots. And the StormKing being a brand new addition, definitely a smart move by Thursday, considering kind of the lack of options in the rainy, snowy weather situation. Yeah. So this boot, the Thursday Captain specifically, in this rugged and resilient leather, they don't say like where the leather is from. It's not, I don't think it's Horween leather, but they do call it Tier 1 cattle leather. Tier 1 USA cattle hide. And there's no, like, the leather itself is actually pretty nice. You can see that kind of like Chrome XL, you can kind of pull the oils up from it, which is kind of nice. So it's not Chrome XL. They don't advertise it as such or anything like that. However, I really, really liked this leather yesterday. This, out of the box, was probably the most comfortable boot that I have ever worn. I can't even imagine. They felt broken in. They have like a cork bed midsole, and then it has a steel shank, but like just feeling the inside of this boot, like it felt like, I mean, I wore it for 12 hours straight, but it felt like it conformed to my foot perfectly. There was no pain in the rear of my foot, it felt great. So overall, the break-in in that one day, this is out of the box the most comfortable boot I've ever worn. There were a few things that I noticed while wearing these overnight at work. I did notice that as I would walk, and it was really quiet, and every time I compressed on the heel, I would hear almost like a little puff of air, which did kind of annoy me, but I'm not too sure if that's just because my foot hasn't quite conformed yet or it hasn't broken in. So I'm going to give that a little bit more time. It didn't bother me to the point where I was just like, oh, I have to return these. It was very quiet, so I could hear everything, and I was obviously very focused on the boots because they were so new, and you can't help but like, as you're wearing new boots, you kind of watch them because they're so pretty. And the other only issue it's not even an issue with the boot. One, I love these Kevlar blend laces that they have. They just feel rugged and tough. However, they do not stay tight. Over the course of 12 hours last night, I had to retie them or tighten them a few times, which a little frustrating. So I might have to change the way I tie these. I'll have to use a different knot, which isn't a big deal. And honestly, I would buy more of these to put on other pairs of boots that I have, because I don't know, I tend to crank on my laces pretty hard, and they can really, they break a lot. So I might order a few more of those. Everything about this boot, I mean, so far between my Vibergs, obviously like my Vibergs to me are my favorite, probably just because of the name. But they're super lightweight, but I would say that these will definitely be my go-to casual boot in the wintertime. Size-wise, these are perfect. I wear an 11 in Viberg on their 2030 last. I wear an 11 in Red Wing Iron Rangers. I wear an 11 in my Wolverine 1000 miles. I think the only 11.5 I have is my Thursday Vanguards. And honestly, those feel a little big. So I went with an 11 and they fit me perfectly. My shoe size is very similar to Stridewise on YouTube. My Bryanek is like an 11.75. So these at 11 were absolutely perfect. Incredibly comfortable out of the box. The break-in period is going to be almost non-existent. I could have worn these a lot longer than I did, but amazing boot. So far, I am incredibly impressed with these Thursday Tobacco in the rugged and resilient line. And this StormKing Outsole, if you live in a place that has snow on the streets, rains a lot, and you want something that you feel comfortable that you're not going to slip and slide in, these are perfect. So head over to the Thursday website, check them out. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this and you want to see more of my boot collection, hit the like, maybe throw me a subscribe. Doesn't matter to me. But thank you guys so much for watching and have a great day.